Hello humans, I'm the AlienDoctor, but you could call me Alien, and welcome back to a slightly janky stream. But when is it ever not janky? Firstly, if you could let me know if you could hear me, that would be excellent. Secondly, I need to restart iTunes. Because all of the audio stuff resets. That's not good. That's not good at all. Okay, this is going to mess some stuff up. Hello, everyone. Welcome on in to the stream. Today, we're going to be creating some Minecraft Bedrock Edition add-ons. This feels very weird without the music. Also, can you guys let me know if you can hear me or not if you can hear me, more so if I need to turn up the volume a bit because I have been messing around with mic stuff. In fact, looking at that, I think I need to give myself a little bit more mic gain. Let's see here. Let's go to 57. Right, is this going to work properly now? Which source is it coming from? Okay, this is working. Excellent. Wonderful. Right, hang on. I need to do the normal stream stuff that I normally do. Sorry, I'm a bit... I'm not used to having to stream stuff that isn't Minecraft, so I'm not really set up properly. Right, let's see. Kingirius, who says first. So, congrats, Kingirius, being the first in the chat. We've also got Blitzable, Maz. Who else we got? Stream Elements Bots, who somehow was incredibly slow. The quality's bad, but that's probably just me. We should be in 1080p still. I haven't messed with anything. Yep, everything should be normal. I can check that real quickly. I promise we'll get started eventually. Very soon, in fact. Let me just check this. Alright, now, one thing I'm going to say is I should turn up the font size. Yes, that's what I was about to suggest. So, am I zooming in? No. How's this? Can you guys see better now with Visual Studio Code bigger, or would you like me to make it even more bigger? Because I understand that, especially with my big monitor, it's going to make it hard. Okay, Kingiri says, yeah, it's better. Okay, cool. Be right back, Alien. I'm going to restart YouTube. Okay, this is Blitzable. Let's see. Have I missed anything? Volume is perfect. I definitely did not 100% tell people on Penguin stream to go to yours. Sure. Okay. Right. So in terms of what we're doing today, I have a couple of ideas, as you can see. Hopefully you can see this okay. It says, add-on ideas for the stream. We have work on UI pack, toggleable chords, fix clear chat, and a hardcore add-on that uses proper spectator mode. That was horrible, Alien. I just had to go through a TikTok ad to get to your stream. Oof, that does not sound fun at all. I still feel like I'm too quiet looking at the sound thingy. It's annoying. So I want to do this first for a little bit. But the hardcore add-on is probably what I'll do after, because I can already see Kingirius saying hardcore add-on in the chat. So I think that's what we'll do after. I'm just going to set this back to this, though. There we go. All right, let's do some add-on-y stuff. So, if you have seen this stuff before, then... Oh, hi, Razza, who says boo. Wow. Then you will already know this stuff. But this is Visual Studio Code. These are all the files I have open in all the files in the folder I have open currently, and that is pretty much all you need to know. They're in my profiles folder somewhere around here. Profiles, because I use a version switcher, so I have a profile dedicated for add-on making, and currently we're working on a UI pack. First of all, I think there is already one that I think there is one already, but one that Alien makes is 10 times better. Yeah, there probably is one, but I don't know if any use the spectator mode, the actual spectator mode or not. I haven't seen any that do, so we'll go by this for now. I mean, if it already exists, then whatever. It's still fun to just make stuff anyway. But yeah, so... this is the folder that we have open in VS Code currently. Now, I actually have a list. This is going to be a bit all over the place. I have a list of things I want to do on this add-on. I don't know how well you can see it, but this is the announcements. So things I've added so far. So this is all the stuff I've added to this resource pack. And this is the stuff I want to add. Now, this resource pack is basically like a UI tweak pack. So the plan is to make it change some of the UI screens just to make them a little bit nicer. And I'll show you some of the stuff I've already tweaked in a little bit. But I don't want to like overhaul the UI, just I want to make it a little bit nicer because there are some parts that I do not like. Raz has just DM'd me. I'm on stream. Yeah, I just saw. Hello. Hey, Razzer. Oops. Razzer, I'm cool. Sure. Okay, right. Oh, hi, Nicey as well. Nicey's here. People are here. Right. There's mods on streams. Yeah. There's always been mods on streams. I should probably hide Discord before I leak something. Right, there was something I wanted to do first for this add-on. Oh yeah, I know what it was. It's in the inventory screen. So let me... Where is it? I've got so much stuff open. So first of all, we need to load into the add-on making profile using the version switcher, which has profiles as well. So that's the first thing we need to do. Also, Alien, quickly, something unrelated. Fixed on it, so that's good. Okay, cool. UI thing would be good. Yeah, so the idea is this will modify the UI a little bit and make it a little bit nicer. And I want to show you some of the stuff I've already done. So I don't think I have done anything in this screen just yet. Pretty sure this is all normal. If we go into my actual resource pack making world, I should have it applied. One thing that we will have is custom loading messages that you might have seen for a second there. All right, so... Firstly, we have no marketplace button. So for some reason on the pause screen, there would normally be a marketplace button here, which is kind of annoying because who's going to go into the marketplace like in the middle, in the middle of a game? So yeah, I'm confused. Please get rid of how to play. I've kind of already done that. If you mean this bit here, I've gotten rid of that. There used to be a question mark up here. That's true. What if you don't know how to play, but then you probs don't know how to add a resource pack? That's a good point. If you don't know how to play, then how are you going to know how to add a resource pack? Right, so no marketplace button on the pause screen, because I think that makes a lot of sense. The other thing is this background for the settings screen is transparent, so you can actually see through it way better now, so you can see what's going on behind the game, and you know that nobody's killing you or something. So I think that's nice. You can see there, we have a scoreboard over here on the right of the screen. The scoreboard's background is also invisible, and we'll do the same for a chat in a little bit, but I'll explain more about why the chat is different to the resource pack I already have for clear chat. Anyway, lots of things. What else have I changed? There's normally like a question mark how to play button up here. I got rid of that as well. That is credit to, or is that credit to Vanilla Tweaks? Or Bedrock Tweaks? I can't remember if I worked that out myself or not. But they already have an add-on like that anyway, so I will still credit them. And I think that's all I've done so far. And it has already taken like a while to get this far, which is ironic. Or not ironic. It just shows you how much of a pain the Bedrock JSON UI is. So anyway, I've just thrown like a lot of information and not done much add-on-y stuff. So to change the sort of Bedrock UI, you have these JSON files, which you can get from the vanilla JSON, or sorry, the vanilla resource/behavior pack download. Now, these are all written in JSON, which is pretty terrible, honestly. It's very inconsistent and annoying, basically. I hate this a lot, but it's what we're working with. So we'll do that. One thing that's good for mobile is buttons that changes between third and first person, because there normally isn't a button. You have to go to it in video settings. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that stuff already exists, and I wouldn't really know how to do it that far. How to do that. I'm still new to working out the JSON UI stuff. Granddad over here needs a big font. No, people just has to make it bigger so they can see on the stream. Wow. Oh yeah, I also want custom loading messages, so let me know if you have ideas for the loading messages and also the splash screens as well. Although I need to change some stuff with that. I'm sure... Oh yeah, there's something else I changed. Right. Let me... What's the easiest way to show you this? Use quotes. Maybe for some of them, but I don't want them all to be quotes. If we go ahead and enable screen animations, I'm pretty sure these are sped up unless it's changed in the latest update. You know what? I'm not sure if these are sped up anymore. Are screen animations sped up? Basically, the add-on did speed up screen animations, but that might be broken now. So that's the other thing I've changed. So really not a lot. But anyway, the first two things I want to work on is firstly this background on the inventory. So I'm not 100% sure, but I think I want to remove... the background of the inventory screen. It's only like a really small thing, but I don't know. I want to at least try and see how it looks. So we'll try that, I guess. Right. We got somebody here. Adrian saying hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the stream. So anyway, you haven't missed anything. We're like, we've barely done anything. So yeah, my first... Oops, that's Amazon Music. Hang on. Reworded loading message. The loading text guy is off today, so there isn't one. So the first thing I want to change... Actually, why is that on? Accessibility. Enable open chat message. That's going to get rid of that chat message. You can't change that with a resource pack. Like, you can't get rid of it, which is really annoying. Anyway, I'm thinking changing this so that it doesn't have a background, and maybe also changing this so it doesn't have the background, but I'm not too sure about that. Now, certainly for the first one, that would be in inventory. So we could scroll through, just trying to work out where it is, but normally it's easier to just search for things. So normally there's one for alpha, which there isn't. Let's see. There might be one called background. This might be it. I don't think that's it. Type error, funny loading screen message not defined. So yeah, okay, it looks like there's a lot of background stuff for us to choose from. So we need to work out which bit has the background that we're looking for. This is Jason. Yes. What's creative hotbar background? You see, this is the thing. There's lots of just stuff in here. Toolbar background. And the other thing is there's no official documentation, which makes just like figuring stuff out really hard for it. Right, so that's crafting input grid. So I'm pretty sure that's not it. This could be it for each one. This is for... This could be it. Okay, what happens if we remove this then? This looks like it's for workbench output. So what does this do? This is what a lot of the, especially the JSON UI stuff is, just like working out what stuff changes when you modify stuff, because nothing is documented. There's some unofficial documentation, but that's it. Okay, well, that was for... I don't know what's changed. That's the other thing. Sometimes stuff seemingly doesn't change. Okay, I don't think that did anything. Or if it did, it's clearly not what we're trying to do. Also, I saw somebody say what background. It's if you open your inventory, the surrounding of the inventory sort of gets a little bit darker. It's not super noticeable, but it would be nice to just remove it, I think. So yeah, we're going to do that. But yeah, that did nothing. So we can just undo that. And that now means... In fact, normally something else that's good to search for is black. Because yeah, normally... Oh, you know what? This actually might be something else. Because normally they have literally a texture that is just like a black.png or something like that. So that's what this is. Now, this actually reminds me of something else I want to change. And I'm pretty sure I know what this is. So we're going to remove it. We're going to remove it. There we go. So if we go back into Bedrock now. So in our inventory, there's this black background sort of around the paper doll. I don't really like this black background around the paper doll, and my clear chat resource pack does remove it, but that's sort of a side effect, and I'll talk about that later. But I'm pretty sure what I've just changed will remove this bit. So now if we reload the world, we'll find out. Could really do with something that automatically reloads it. So let's see. Yes, so we have removed that. So that's actually something else I wanted to do anyway, is remove that background. So we've kind of done that. In fact, we could probably get rid of all of this because this is all player background, isn't it? Let's see. So yeah, there's a good chance of just removing the entirety of player background will be fine. Hey, hello, welcome in Firetype Gaming. The point of it is to highlight the normal thing, like the chat bar. What do you mean? Okay, that just removes the entire player, so that's not really what we want. Unless I deleted something too much there. Oh, well, we'll just keep it with this bit being removed. And what I'm actually going to do is uncomment it, purely so I can... I know what I've changed, basically. So we're just going to put... For removing background of paper doll in inventory. Alien. There we go. So that's already one thing that we've done. That's already one thing. Alien, I'm going to go and do some stuff on Starlit. So I'm going to go have a good stream. All right, bye, Blitz. Thanks for popping by. You using Bridge? No, this is Visual Studio Code. I'm not a huge fan of Bridge. I have used it before. So something else that we have is, this is linked up to a GitHub repository. So every change I can make, I can then commit it to the GitHub repo, which I'll show you in a bit, because all my add-ons are open source. So we're just going to put removed background of paper doll in inventory. There we go. And then we can sync those changes when we're done. Hey, hello, Chewiest Line. Long time no see. You and Razza was here earlier. All right. So now we've done that. That's not what we were looking for. But like, it did something else that we were doing. So it did something else we wanted to do. So that's fine. Right. So there isn't anything else called black because normally they just have like a texture called black. So we'll try background again. I don't think it's this or that because that's linked to the thing that we just saw. Unless changing this visible to something else could change it. Could it be this that we need to remove? Or is it overlay? See, this is the thing. There's just so much stuff. And it's not documented at all. So I have no idea what it could be. What's toolbar background? What happens if we remove that? Thing is, we can't remove this entire element. Because... yeah, we can't remove this entire element because the game will still load it anyway. To actually remove stuff, you'd have to do like, I'm pretty sure visible is a thing, and then you just put like false or something. But it's normally just easier to remove the texture itself if you'd want to do something like that. So we'll just remove the texture. That might have just done what we're trying to do. I didn't see that last time we searched. Yeah, the background is still there. Okay. So that did not do what we're looking for. What is toolbar background, actually? I want to just have a closer look. Alien, you know this is a good time to test AlienBot YouTube. If somebody else wants to start it, but I'm not going to mess about with that right now. Right. Toolbar background. Okay, because I thought it might also be the like item tooltip thing down there. Because it would be nice to remove the background of that as well. I've got mod shell. I mean, you can if you want, but I don't think there's much point in running it right now when we already have stream elements and it's not finished. Oh, the streamer has to do it anyway. Yeah, I don't want to mess with it now. I'm kind of busy streaming. Not sure if you've noticed. All right, so we know it's not any of these. Creative hotbar background. What's this? This is the other thing. It's just interesting to find all of this stuff that's terribly documented, so I have no idea what it means. So I've got to figure it out myself. Oh, that's weird. Look at that. Okay, well, we figured out what that changed then. That's not exactly what we're looking for. Wait, what's their normal? Because that doesn't look right, obviously. That's definitely not normal. But I forgot what it looks like normally. Oh, it just has like a border around it. Okay. Yes, totally real alien. Yep, that is 100% definitely totally not automatic. Okay, well, we currently have not found what we're looking for. Unless it's this. There's a chance that it's not in that file. It sometimes can be in other UI files. I do actually have the vanilla thingy somewhere. Let me just put this over here quickly. Minecraft things, Bedrock samples, resource packs. So this is the vanilla Bedrock resource pack. Sometimes you get stuff in... Is it here? No. That's also not the one I was looking for. Actually, I'm not sure where it would be. UI common, maybe? I don't know how well you guys are going to be able to see this. This might be it. See, it could be a lot of this stuff. Text default. What's this? Text edit box. So this is the other thing. I just like messing about and seeing what stuff does in here. I don't actually think I found this. The other thing I was looking at doing is the duration for how long item names are shown on screen when you select them in the hotbar. So this also could be that. I'm just looking now and I can't see it unless there's a duration. I can type. Oh yeah, look at this. Selected items details. Actually, this could be it. Okay, well, we're very much like switching like in and out of stuff. Switching between stuff right now. But the other thing that I wanted to change was... I'll load back in so I can show you. This. If you look on the hotbar, you can see there the name of the item. It would be really, really nice if that would fade away quicker. Or just disappear quicker. Because it stays on the screen for what feels like ages. And especially when you're using like a big HUD, it gets quite annoying. So, what I'm wondering is this Or not that one specifically, but some of these might change that, possibly. So we've got to figure it out. So what I'm thinking is selected item could be it. Especially selected item details. Let's see. Is there something like a duration? There's the alpha. There is a texture. That's not what we need. Alien, can you use JS in a resource pack? Not in a resource pack, no. Hello, Benate. Welcome on in to the stream. How are you doing? Maybe it's this duration. So the easiest way to test when you're trying to speed something up is to set it to like 0.1, so it's really small. Now the other thing, I will show you, I mentioned there's no official documentation, but there is some unofficial documentation, such as bedrock.dev, which is this. So if we search for, in fact, the search is pretty bad. If we just type in JSON UI like that, normally that comes up with stuff. And then if we find from, or actually it's probably easier to search for 2, isn't it? Nope, it's definitely easier to search for from. This does have some documentation, but it's not got a ton in comparative to like how much stuff there is anyway. You can see here, from and to, in terms of the animation section, don't have anything written, so I have no idea what they actually change, basically. So I don't think they actually matter. I mean, we'll find out soon. Toad Gamer says, I'm so lost. Well, that's not done anything. Honestly, I don't really understand fully this either. I don't think anybody does from speaking to people. What are you making? So this is going to be a resource pack that modifies the Bedrock UI in different ways to make it nicer. So some stuff I've already done is remove the marketplace button. So the marketplace button is gone from the pause screen anyway, because I don't know why you'd want to go to the marketplace in-game. You can see there over here, the scoreboard background is clear. And soon the chat background will be clear as well, but I haven't done that yet. And the reason why is because it's going to have a different method to my clear chat resource pack that I already have. And then I've also removed this background of the paper doll in the inventory. And then it's kind of confusing to explain, but my clear chat won't remove this because right now there's a bug in my clear chat that removes this background as well. So the clear chat resource pack, the standalone one, will only remove the chat and the scoreboard background. Or maybe not even scoreboard, just chat. Whereas currently it removes all 3. If that made any sense. If that didn't, then don't worry about it. Because I explained it terribly. Okay, well this isn't what we're looking for at all. What's selected item? Is there any more occurrences of these? Yes is the answer. There is. Factory. We could do with panel, most likely. Or actually, this could be it as well. This could be it. Right, let's set that to 0.1. Imagine not being a mod, Penape. Couldn't be me. Wow. Thought Penape was a mod. Well, he is now. Haha. So right now, by the way, I can't remember if I mentioned it. Right now, we're trying to make the time the text appears on the screen when you hold an item much less. So you can see here, when it says like crafting table, I'm trying to make that so it doesn't appear for as long. And we'll also have custom loading messages, as you just saw, but I need to work on those because they are clearly broken. Okay, so that looks pretty much normal to me. We could try changing these from and start... Or, sorry, from and to durations, but they really don't seem to be doing anything. I guess we can try. Imagine if it just works now after saying that. Yeah, that seemed to be the same amount of time as normal, so it was not that. Could it be this? Okay, that's a lot of stuff. Item selected icon renderer. These are bindings, so that won't be it. Honestly, I probably picked like a bad example to stream because I can't really explain what's going on until I've like worked it out, because there's just no like document. It's just messing with stuff because there's no documentation to like know what's going on. Could be that as well. So much stuff it could be. This is the issue. Okay, now we're back to the top. Okay, so it might not be in the UI common file. Is there any more? No, I don't think it could be in any here. What are these? Not that one. What's Well, those are templates, I guess, so they won't be it, will they? Good point. Well, anyway, we'll come back to that because we got distracted from what we were trying to do anyway. So let's work on just making the... That's Photoshop. Let's work on making the background clear, basically. And I know you can't see my screen. That's because I just got to hide something. So I'm pretty sure Photoshop has my name on when it opens. Okay, no, it doesn't, but still. Okay, there we go. Right, so that's not done what we want to do. Right, so let's go back. This is the HUD screen. This is sort of like the main... When you're in-game, this is sort of like the main screen. I've already removed the vignette, and that is credit to Vanilla Tweaks. Or sorry, Bedrock Tweaks as well. So, yeah, there's that. In fact, have I added that to my list of stuff that I've done? No vignette. Yeah, I have. Okay, cool. Cool. See, the thing is I assumed the duration for how long items appear on screen would be in here, but it isn't. There is the chat duration as well. In fact, doesn't this speed up chat? Because it would kind of be nice to do that. Chat. Lots of chats. All right, so we've got chat item lifetime. So let's change this. This is a variable, but I can't find out where it's declared, which is weird. And I have asked around. Let's set this to 1 and see if this speeds up the chat. Because that's something that I know pretty sure works. I'm pretty sure that's what that does. So is the chat going to disappear sooner? I feel like it did a little bit. Yeah, I do feel like that disappeared sooner, because the other thing is normally the longer the text, the quicker it disappears. Or sorry, the slower it disappears on Bedrock. I definitely understand what is going on here. Yeah, honestly, I picked a bad example to stream because JSON UI is really complicated and doesn't actually make any sense. I mean, clearly Mojang don't know how it works because they haven't got any documentation on it, so... When it's more than 100 lines of JSON, it's unreadable, IMO. Yeah, most of these are. Yeah, I mean, this one definitely is. I don't know why. I guess because other add-on stuff is just in JSON. They just decided to do the UI in JSON as well. But, like, it is really not helpful for anybody that wants to modify it because it just doesn't make much sense. Maybe I should move on to something else for the stream anyway, because I feel like we've hit a block of stuff that I'm going to need, like, time to figure out properly. Okay, well, actually, this is something we have done. I had to put something in JSON format, and it broke my brain. Hardcore add-on. Yeah, we can do hardcore add-on if you want. We'll do that in a second, because I think I've just figured out something else out. If you look at the chat, that disappeared way quicker than normal. So I think I've just made chat disappear quicker than normal using this duration, but I have no idea what unit this is in. That's the weird thing. What happens if we just set both of these to like 1,000? Or considerably more than 1,000. Just a large number, basically. I want to see if chat will disappear slower, because I have no idea what the default value is because it's a variable and I can't find where that variable has been declared. So is it going to stay forever? Nope. I don't think that's actually changed anything. Excellent. They should add JS scripting for resource packs. Yeah, but resource packs are changing the look of the game, not like the behavior. So I don't understand how they do that, like what use it would have. It would be nice, but it doesn't make sense. It would make more sense if they had like some, for the UI stuff, maybe did it more in like CSS or something. I'm sure there are probably better stuff than that, honestly. Yeah, you know what? That hasn't changed anything, has it? I swear it used to. Oh, man. Whoops. Okay, that definitely appeared longer on screen, though. Yeah, look how long that's appearing on screen. So what I'm noticing here, right, is as soon as we get rid of this variable, let's say we could set it to like a huge number, it will always be the same. Okay, so is it just whenever it's modified, it's not the same? That's so weird. So by default, that value is a variable, but I can't find where the variable's declared. In this, no matter what, if you change the variable to a value, a set value, no matter what that value is, it seems to just go way quicker. Interesting. You know what? I'll actually keep that. I like that. Quicker chat. Replacing the default variable seems to switch it to a quicker default, although the value doesn't actually change anything. Although changing the value doesn't change anything. There we go. That makes it more. That is easier to read. All right, and yeah, because that's the other thing. Whenever I make modifications to this stuff, I like to add comments because it helps when I have to update this stuff in the future. But yeah, I'll take that. I'll take that. Quicker-ish chat. There we go. Oh, have I done a spelling mistake? Yeah, I have. Thanks, Toad. Years. Alien writer. That is a meme if you're in the Discord. Okay, well, we have done some stuff. Right. The only thing I want to do is, and then we'll move on to hardcore add-on, unless there's something else people would prefer. This is the list, to remind you. Toggleable chords, fix my clear chat pack, and hardcore add-on. So those are your choices. So get thinking. Anyway, I want to make the coordinates and the chat background clear using a different method to what I do in my standalone clear chat pack. So that's the only other thing I would like to try and get done in this resource pack for this stream. And then we can move on to something else that people want. King wants hardcore add-on. Right, so whilst you are deciding, I'm going to figure out the chat, basically. So we already have the position here, and thankfully, the developer has actually added in a comment. So we can see here the texture is this bit. So in theory, if we remove that texture and then restart our game, that should remove the coordinates background. And we'll find out in a second. Answer, no it doesn't, and it doesn't remove the chat either. Excellent. Okay, something else we can do then, if removing the texture doesn't work, is we can adjust the alpha. The alpha is sort of like the opacity. It's how see-through something is. So by setting it to 0, it should just be fully see-through, and that'll work out if we're modifying the right element or not. And yeah, you can see there we have modified the right element. Now I'm assuming, yeah, that has only happened to the position, not to the chat itself. So now what we need to do is we need to find the alpha controller for chat, which is not any of these. But it could be this, chat's background. That is looking very likely. All right, let's see. Have we done it? Drum roll, please. Yeah, okay, awesome. Not awesome. What was that? Okay, so that animation gives it its alpha back. That's so weird. Okay, I guess we need to find... How? That's a really weird thing. Weird. So yeah, we need to find another alpha value, clearly. And I'm looking for something like animation out. Like one of these. It looks like it's likely to be down here, I'd guess. Could be this bit, actually. Actually, no. What are we looking at? Because this might not be chat. Item name text group. Oh, interesting. So if I... Just out of interest then. Let's say I remove this. And just set it to 0.0. This isn't the chat, but I get the feeling this might be something else that I wanted to change anyway, so. Is it the item tooltip? No, is the answer. I thought it might be. Alright. Never mind. Set that back to default. Action bar, alpha out. You know what? This could be something. The action bar. Let me write that down, actually. I don't want to do that right now, because that's going to require a lot of fiddling. I'm going to write that down. Shorter action bar text. There we go. So I at least have it for the future. So something tells me that all the chat stuff is probably going to be together, right? Odds are it will be together. So I'm going to make the assumption that it's not down here, but I'm just going to real quickly scroll through it and see if we can find anything that says chat. We are pretty far down at this point. Subtitle. I don't know what that would be for. Bedrock doesn't have proper subtitles, does it? What's this? Tooltip helper icon description. Nope. Emote label. Some other stuff. And we're back to the start. Let's go back to chat then. So this is what we've already modified. This is removes co-ords background alien. So when I put 2 slashes, this means a comment in JSON. So that's all good. Animation txt alpha. Don't think that's what we're looking for. All that. This could be it. This is the background. It could be a couple of these. Oh no, sorry. This is actually the chat item. Or the chat background, so... I would have assumed it had the animation for it fading out though somewhere. Oh, this is chat panel? Oh my gosh. Let's see. All right, there we go. I am back. So, where was I? I would have assumed somewhere that there'd be the animation that fades out the chat, but I can't seem to find that animation anywhere. Yeah, this is too far down. All the chat stuff seems to be, judging by if all this yellow stuff is chat. Oh, there is some chat stuff down here though. Interesting. Chat panel. VR chat. Oh yeah, there's VR stuff down here. Oh, you can't see VS? Oh yeah, of course. Sorry. Sorry. Chat stack. Still not it, because this is still for VR. I think. So we're going to need to head back up here, where there will probably... Unless it's one of these. What was there one that said animation? This is the background. All right, I don't know if this will work. But what happens if we add in an alpha that basically says 0 to this? Because this looks like the animation for the chat background, and I don't know why it says alpha there. Let's see if that works. So we need to send a chat message. Okay, that throws a content log error. And also clearly just does not work. So we can get rid of that. Can't be any of these bits. Unless this is it. Ooh, okay, well actually, hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. That didn't work, but that is something else. I did kind of warn you that we'd probably have to keep flipping between stuff, because that made the animation, that made the animation considerably quicker for the chat fading out. So maybe what we need to do is we need to replace that with the original variable for the chat wait time. Let me just find that real quickly. Let's see here. TXT. So let's replace this with the default, which is chat underscore item underscore lifetime. And let's put that back here quickly. Because I may have just found the quicker chat. I may have found a new solution to the quick chat thing. So we'll figure that out in a second. That takes so long. Come on. Is that just going to stay there forever? No, okay, so what happens is the fade out animation. That's removed the fade out animation. That's interesting. That's very interesting. So then if we replace the variable back with 1. That's just going to make chat even quicker. Now the question is, do we want chat that quick? Because that is possibly going to make it a little bit unreadable. So I don't know if we want it to be that quick. Because that is very, very quick. I don't know, it seems cool if you want to read it, just open chat. Yeah, but I mean, like, you might not see the message. That's sort of what I'm thinking. Because in vanilla, it changes depending on the length of the message, but for some reason, after we've modified it, it doesn't. So. Okay, that can be something that we'll keep for now, but I can always change that because I'm going to test this anyway. So we're just going to put quicker chat. This is the animation for fading out messages, alien. Because why not? And we might as well go and commit that. Quicker chat fade out. Can you do a setting for it? No. That is not something I have control over, I'm afraid. Well, that's super annoying. Because this is what we need to remove, basically. What are animation types, then? Let's see here. Anim... type, was it? Yeah. Alpha color, flipbook, offset, size, UV, weight. Could we change the type of animation it is? Could we change it to a color? Surely that's going to come up with lots of different options. Yeah. Bro, which mod is this? This is one I am currently making myself, hence the title of this stream. We're going to be making some add-ons for Minecraft Bedrock Edition. That's what I'm doing right now. So this one that I'm working on currently will modify the UI of Bedrock Edition. Yeah, this isn't really what I'm looking for, is it? I wish there was a way to just remove this animation in general. There might be if we go to like show like hidden or something. I don't know. Is there, what could there be? What could there be? What could there be? Actually, I'm pretty sure I've seen something like that before. Maybe there's one like called visible or something. Visible. There is visible. Let's try that. Okay, that's probably not it then. I'm assuming if we put visible false, that's not going to work, but we'll try it anyway. Nah, and that's also just completely remove what we were doing before, which is the background for the coordinates. Unless I removed it another way, which we'll figure out in a second. No, the background for the coordinates is also broken. Great. Why? What have I changed? This bit? I don't understand. What's different? That's quicker chat fading out the messages. So we don't really want to change any of that. I don't fully understand. Is it just like this animation? I don't. This doesn't make sense, basically. Why that's now appearing. What happens if we change the texture to one that doesn't exist? Black _ hidden doesn't exist. I'll probably make VS Code have an error because it's like unknown file or unknown texture. That works. And actually, it didn't give us a content log error. Out of interest, if we now just save it again and undo the changes that we did, will it work? Because that's the thing, right? Sometimes when you do that, it just works. So Yeah, see, look, now it's worked again. So I have no idea what was going on there. Oh, it's because technically that's still not an actual file. Okay, never mind. Nope, it actually does just work now. You'll love to see it. So there we go. Fix that problem. Right, anyway, I'm going to focus on that later now. Because evidently it's more complicated than I thought. I thought it would be as simple as changing one value. It clearly isn't. So we will take a look at that later. Unless there is one more thing, actually. So there's this file, called UI_common. Which contains lots of various different... Okay, it's not in that. It contains lots of different common stuff throughout the UI, but it wasn't in there anyway. So yes, Kingarius, we are going to do hardcore add-on. So this is going to be a little bit of behind the scenes of how I make add-ons starting from the very start. So first of all, we're going to need to close the folder that we already have, and we're going to need to open up a nice website known as GitHub. So if we head on over to the UFO Studios GitHub thingy, I have no idea why it's here and not in my personal thing, because nobody in UFO Studios uses it. Then we have MCB epack template. And this is the template I use for add-ons. Now, before we do that, I actually do just need to real quickly update it. So instead of cloning the repository, I'm just going to do it in the web editor instead, real quickly. Give me a moment. That's weirdly cropped. There we go. Yeah, so as I was saying, this is like a web version of VS Code now, just so that I can real quickly change this, because I have noticed an error, and that error is I have a space here, basically. So we just need to remove that, because that was making stuff look weird. And there we go, there we go. We can literally just removed unneeded space, because I don't know how to spell unnecessary. Right, okay, cool. Now I can go back. So, first things first, we actually need to use this template, and we need to create a new repository. And we're going to create it under my name, TheAlienDoctor, and we're going to call it Hardcore Add-on MCBE. Simple add-on that adds hardcore into Minecraft Bedrock Edition. Create repository from template. Now the thing about this is it will need a resource pack for the hearts and a behavior pack. It's going to need both. But anyway, so now we have our repository set up. This is our repository. It's currently private, but it has the manifest format that I'd normally use, a template pack icon, a readme that is also a template, and the sponsor thing, just tons of stuff that's like pre-set up for me, so it's really nice. So now what we're going to do is we're actually going to take this and we are going to clone it. So we're going to hit clone repository, clone from GitHub. Yep, there we go, that works. And we're just going to head over to profiles, add-on making. I understand this is probably really small for you. Wait, I can help with JS in this? You can, but I'm going to do it in JSON for now, because game test isn't out of experimental, and I want this to be vanilla. Or not experimental, sorry. But I know you can do this in game test. Also, I kind of just want to explain to you, because I want to explain to you like what I'm doing, because I can actually do that. Unlike the UI add-on, I can actually explain what I'm doing in this one. So anyway, we're going to put this in development behavior packs, because for now we'll work on the behavior pack side of things. But in the future, it will also have a resource pack for the hearts and that sort of thing. All right, so anyway, you can see here, it's loaded in all the files we already need, including the manifest.json. And I have just hit Alt-Shift-F to format it, which is why we've got all of this here, because it means we've modified it. Anyway. So first of all, this is the manifest file. Now this tells the game, this tells Bedrock Edition a little bit of information about your add-on. So first of all, it will have the description, which we have here, and we're just going to put the same as what we did in GitHub. So a simple add-on, and I've already noticed a slight grammar or spelling issue here. A simple add-on that adds hardcore into Minecraft Bedrock Edition. So that's it. I should turn on format on save setting in VS Code. It really helps out. I would, but I don't always want... I don't know. I don't always need it. I like having to manually format it, to be honest. So anyway, we have the description, and then this has already got things like the copyright and the download and the version as well. So we can just copy this into this one. And that's fine, because you have to put it in twice for some reason. Next, we have the name. So we're going to put this as hardcore add-on. Now, there will be both a behavior pack and a resource pack, but this bit that we're working on to start with will only be the behavior pack. So we're going to put BP. That's just a little thing I do in the title of my add-ons so that you know what is the behavior pack and what is the resource pack, which is especially useful, believe it or not, when you're modifying them, because it sort of just makes it a little bit more obvious. Next, we're going to have a UUID. So this is universal unique identification. And there's an extension in VS Code that lets you generate UUIDs really easily. So we're just going to replace that with a UUID. And we need to do another UUID down here as well. These need to be different. Bedrock Edition basically recognizes add-ons by their UUID. So you can't have two add-ons that have the same UUID. You also have this version. This is more so to do with servers. But basically what this will say is what version the add-on is that you're making. And let's say a newer version is applied to the server, that it will make the client re-download it. But this doesn't actually matter if you're only using it client-side. But obviously it's still good as an add-on maker to update the version, but don't update the UUID. You shouldn't really change the UUID, just the version. Lots of people change the UUID, but really it's unnecessary. You only need to change the version. Anyway, now minimum engine version. I like to set this to the latest version so that I know it definitely works in the latest version. This is to do with some stuff is slightly different. For example, if you set this to 1.19.40, the execute command format is old in 0.40. Whereas in 0.50, it's the new version. So this does actually affect stuff. And I can't, if you make an add-on for 1.19.50, if you set this to 1.19.50, it won't work in any older version, like it won't import. So it's also sort of like a minimum required version, if that makes sense. So I like to do the latest version so that I know everything works. And then the only other thing that we need to change is the type, and we need to set this to data. I think the only other option you could have here is like skin pack, but we're not making a skin pack, so there's no point in having that there. Anyway, that was a lot of talking. So that's the manifest. So now what we can go ahead and do is actually commit this, and we can say populated manifest.json. There we go. All right. So now we actually need to grab ourselves some of the vanilla files. So once again, we're back here in the Bedrock samples, and this is the vanilla files. Now I actually need to download the latest version real quickly for the latest update. Now there is actually a URL forwarder for this that Microsoft have called aka.ms/behavior pack template. This will forward to a GitHub URL or a GitHub repository where you can download the Bedrock samples for each version. So we're just going to save this here. And then we're going to need to extract all. And this might take a little bit of time just to extract all. So we'll just wait for that, I guess. Does anybody have any questions so far about what I have done? Because if you do, now is an excellent time to ask because we currently have 4 minutes. This is on my slightly slower SSD as well, so. Alien, I'll be back in 10 minutes. I have to go for dinner. All right, bye. Thanks for popping by. Whilst, if you do have questions, I'm just going to go and close the curtain whilst you ask them, basically. Nicely guided with the quote command. Who gets quote perfect. I guess for now, just whilst I'm streaming, I'm not going to wait for this. Instead, I'm just going to use the old version. It's probably not changed anyway. So, whatever. Right, so first of all, obviously this is the vanilla behavior pack, like I've already mentioned. Now, the first thing that we're going to need is the player.json file. And that's weird, the testing music started playing, so I feel like I'm in a video. So anyway, the first thing we're going to need is the player.json, because for this add-on, we are going to need to modify some of the vanilla player's behaviors. So, we're going to need a new folder called entities, in the same format as this, because you have to be very specific with the file structure. So entities. Inside that entities is the player.json. Here it is, and we're just going to drag that in there. So now we have the vanilla.json. We'll also format it so it's a bit easier to read. There we go. And yeah, this is it. Now, we aren't going to need to add a ton of stuff to this. This contains all sorts of various different components and behaviors and triggers and whatnot for the player. But as I mentioned, we actually don't need to change this, so we're not going to. Well, we don't need to change anything down here. We actually need to add some stuff, sorry. I didn't explain that very well. So we're actually going to go to another GitHub repository now, and this is actually for one of my own add-ons. The reason why is just because it's just a little bit easier to use my own add-on as a template, basically. In fact, you know what's a way better example of this is the one player sleep, which also needs updating. Because we are basically doing the exact same thing, so we can kind of, yeah, so this will work. The hardcore add-on will work in the same way as the one player sleep, weirdly enough. All right, so we have this bit here. So we need to add in basically all of this bit. So comma and then paste. Whoops. Oh, hang on. There's an extra comma there. Why is that? Uh-oh. That should be fine. Oh, do we have a... Are we missing? No, we're not missing anything. Because there's the top of component groups. What? Okay, yeah, that's fine. There we go. So obviously these animations don't exist, so we can just get rid of them because that's for the one play sleep, and we can get rid of that as well. So animations is for animations and animation controllers. Animate is just for animation controllers, and we'll get into the difference for those in a second. So first of all, we're going to need to create a new animation controller. And I don't actually think we might not need animations. We'll see. In fact, no, we're not going to need animations. So that's going to make life so much more simpler. In fact, you know what? It might just be easier just to copy this bit in as a template as well. So what we're going to have is alien_hardcore.ac to start with. And I don't know why that's got that there. That's because of the comma. And then we're going to have controller.animation.alien.hardcore. And then we're going to need to basically add this as a script to be animated as alien_hardcore. No, I did spell that right. .animation controller. So this dot is the animation controller. This alien underscore is something I personally just like to add, which is sort of like the namespace. So yeah, anyway, so this is this alien underscore is sort of just like a namespace I like to add. Then we have the hardcore, which is the name essentially of the animation controller, and then .ac to say it's an animation controller. This could technically be whatever you want. It could literally be that. Well, it can't be that because it's got a space in, but it could be that if you wanted to. I just like to have a set way of formatting them, and then this .ac bit is actually suggested to do by the wiki anyway. All right. Now this is basically referencing a animation controller, but we haven't created that animation controller yet, so that's the thing we need to do now. So we need to have animation underscore controllers, I believe it's called. And that will be... It should be in here. Wait, maybe there aren't any vanilla animation controls then. I thought there was. We can just use this as a template again. Animation controllers. And we're going to use my sleep animation controller as a bit of an example. So then we're going to need a new one, and this is going to need to be called hardcore.ac.json. This doesn't have to match the name of this, which is why I haven't added an alien at the start, because we kind of know it's part of my pack of the files here, right? And then the only bit here that we need to change is hardcore. Or sorry, that needs to be... Okay, right. We need alien.hardcore, like that. So can you see here how this basically matches up with this now? Now, right now, it isn't actually being ran because it's got a animation that doesn't exist. So that's why we've got that error. But this alien hardcore animation controller is referencing this, which is sort of like the ID. So this is the animation controller. Here's sort of like the ID. And here's where the ID is referenced, basically saying this is its name, if that makes any sense. So, with animation controllers, it's all about states. So, in different states, you have different animations, and you can run commands on the entry of that state or on the exit of that state. So, we are going to want two states. We're going to want alive and dead. And in fact, we'll add a third as well, a new state, and we'll call it... Actually, no, we don't need dead. What am I thinking? Or sorry, we don't need a third. We only need alive and dead. So when there's alive, we don't actually need anything to happen at all. We can keep it as it is. Now, inside of this alive, you can see here by these curly brackets, inside of this alive state, we have a transition. Now, this transition is saying that it will transition to the state sleeping, which doesn't exist in this. So we need to change it to dead. So it will transition to the state of dead when the player is sleeping, which is what this query is. Or when somebody is sleeping, the entity, which in this case is the player. We also need to change the initial state, which is the one it starts on to alive, by the way. So in here, transition's dead. So we need to add in when it will transition, which in this case will be the query for checking if the player is dead or if the entity is dead. So it'll be query dot is alive. And if we add an exclamation mark, that inverts it. So this is saying is not alive. Thanks to that exclamation mark. So now what's going to happen is this will transition to the dead state when the entity isn't alive, right? So, This is the dead state. Now, you can't transition back from being dead to being alive technically, but some people may want to use cheats or something like that. I don't know. So we are just going to add in the option for you to be able to go back. So if somehow you are alive, it will now transition you back to this state instead, if that made any sense at all. Don't worry if it didn't. So just to give you a quick rundown now, we have two states, alive and we have dead. The alive transition will, the alive state will transition to dead when the player is not alive, and the dead state will transition to alive when the player is alive. Obviously. So, now that we've got that bit, what we effectively need to do is, I need to move my mic, first of all. Sit up straight, do a posture check. Now we need to set some stuff for when the player is dead, because obviously when the player is dead in hardcore, they're dead. Like, they shouldn't be able to come back alive, technically. So, what we actually want to do, in fact, technically we don't want that transition then, do we? Good point. We'll add a function command for it instead. So, when the player is dead, we're going to have an on entry. Entry. I've got to remember the exact syntax. Let me check here. The exact format. Oh, we don't have it. Okay, we don't have it in there. Great. Well, I know another add-on that I did it in. So we can just borrow that one, which is the statistic tracker. So inside deaths, we should have one. There we go, on entry. So we got to add an on and oh, we were kind of already doing it right, weren't we? On entry, and then this means basically an array. We're going to need to tag s, which stands for @self, add dead. This basically means they are now dead, and this will give them the tag to say that they're dead. Tags are effectively a way of identifying players, kind of. Is the easiest way to describe it. So anyway, this will now have the tag dead when it's dead, obviously. Now we're also going to need an animation. Technically, do we want an animation? Okay, there are two ways that we could do this. I'm trying to think which would be the less laggier option. I actually think doing my second idea would be less laggier. So now what we're going to do then is we're going to add ourselves a little new folder. And we're going to call it functions. And inside functions, we're going to create another new folder. And we're going to call that alien. Because I like to put all my functions in a folder called alien so I can reference them from other add-ons. And obviously other people could if they were making add-ons that for some reason works with mine or something. So yeah, basically. And we're going to want one called, I don't know. We're going to call this just dead.mc function. Now a function command is basically a command that will run lots of other commands. So for example, we could have the command /say hi, or I think it's just say hi actually. And if you ran the command, ran the function alien/dead, it would run the command say hi. We could also get it to do one like, let's say sub to alien, for example. Like basically you could just put a ton of different commands into a function file and it would run all those commands. So what we really want is game mode spectator at all players. who have the tag that equals dead. Now, I'm assuming this just means it's slightly outdated, unless I've spelt spectator wrong, which there is also a chance we have. Now, the other thing that we're going to want is on the entry, we're also going to want to add that command there as well. So this command is being ran. Or actually, technically, we could just do it in the function, couldn't we? Let's do that. Function alien dead. So now, when the player enters the dead state, on the entry of them entering that state, they'll be tagged with the dead tag, and then the function will be ran that basically sets them into spectator. Now, technically, we could just put this command, but think of this as almost like a variable. We're able to change the function command instead of having to change lots of individual stuff. So this is more future-proofing, and it's not really necessary for this size of an add-on, but we're going to do it anyway. So. Hello, Goldie, who says, hello, Alien. Welcome on in to the stream. We are just making a hardcore add-on because it was on my list of ideas and I thought, well, that's what people wanted to do, so why not? I'm pretty sure that, well, I know there are some others out there, but we're going to make one anyway, because why not? Alright, so. Now we have this function. We need to make this function basically run constantly, because there is still the possibility that the player could set themselves back to creative or something like that. And with this being a hardcore world, we don't really want them being in creative mode, do we now? So we're going to make this function basically be ran every tick. And the way to do that is to create a new file inside of the functions folder called tick.json. Now, this will make some commands run every tick, as I just mentioned, and I need to remind myself how the tick.json works. So we're going to search for bedrock.dev tick.json so that I can remind myself the rough format of how the tick.json command works. Or, sorry, the file is laid out. I know I've seen this file before. Functions. Here we go, tick.json. And what we're effectively just going to want is alien/dead. That's literally it. So now this is saying that the function of alien/dead will be ran every single tick. And Kingirius is back. Hello, welcome back. So, because Kingirius has come back, and because we have, in theory, finished, although I'm sure we'll find a bug, I'm going to run over one more time what we've done, because, I don't know, Kingirius might be interested. Right, so. First things first, we have the player.json entity file, as you can see right here. So. no worries. So. In this file, we are referencing an animation controller, which is down here, and then we're saying that animation controller needs to be animated, which is what this top bit is. Now, I'll get into what an animation controller is pretty much right now. So, if we head over to our animation controllers folder, we've got one called hardcore.ac.json. Now in here, this animation controller has the ID controller.animation.alien.hardcore. If we go back to our player.json, you can see here that it matches up with this ID. So what this bit here is basically saying is the name of this animation controller is alien_hardcore.ac. It's saying the animation controller with this ID has this name. So if we reference this in other places, such as up here, it will know we're talking about this animation controller. Now, you don't have to add, this name could be whatever you want, this bit up here. It doesn't matter. It could literally just be that. The name doesn't matter, but I like to follow a specific format. So, I like to have alien underscore to begin with, so that we know it's part of sort of like my namespace in a way, because you don't get a ton of namespaces in Bedrock add-ons, but I sort of like to add it. That way I can reference this in my other add-ons if I wanted to as well. We then have the actual name of the animation controller, which it is in this case is hardcore, and then .ac. This is because you also get animations as well as animation controllers. So if I had an animation, let's say for some whatever reason, I had an animation called hardcore, I'd then just be able to name that to .a instead. But obviously that doesn't exist. Somehow that's also messed up that. This extension is a little bit weird sometimes. I don't know if we can get that to go. Quick fix. We already have one of those. Right, well, we'll just ignore that then. In fact, let me just completely remove it for a second. Can we fix it now? No, it still doesn't think it exists. It definitely exists because it's over here, basically. So, yeah, that's referencing that. Now, inside of the animation controller, you have things called states. Now, animation controllers, as suggested by the name, are actually for controlling when certain animations should be ran. However, you can also use them to run function commands and commands in general, and detecting things. Animation controls are really useful. And typically, the reason the player.json is modified so much is so people can use animation controllers. Alien tried to make it so that you can't turn on cheats. Yeah, I'll try. So, animation controllers have different states. So we can see here, inside of this states sort of section, we have an alive state and we have a dead state. Now, first things first, I just want to show you the initial state is the state the entity will start on. So in this case, it will start on alive because obviously the player starts as being alive. So inside the alive state, we don't actually have that much. All we have right now is a transition that is going to say transition to the dead state if the player is not alive. So you get different queries that are able to detect different things. And in this case, this is saying, so if it was just query is alive, then this would mean is the player alive? If it's yes, it would go to the dead state. But by putting an exclamation mark, it's sort of saying is not alive. It's sort of the opposite of what the query is. So anyway, transitions to the dead state. Now, in the dead state, we don't have a transition back to alive because you can't go from being dead to being alive in a hardcore add-on, can you? Or in hardcore. So there's no point in adding a transition there. But what we do have is some commands to be ran on entry. So this is saying when the entity, which in this case is the player, enters the dead state, it will tag the player with the dead tag, and then it will run this function command. Now, we'll get into that in a second because I can see lots of chat messages that I want to read. So let's see. Hey Blitz, welcome back. Hello, hello. Alien tries to make it so that you can't turn on cheats. Pretty sure I've already read that, but yes, I will. I have a couple of ideas of how we can do that. Wow, animation controls are so useful. Yeah, that's why the player.json is modified so much. And you can't change the difficulty of the game mode. Once again, I'll try that as well. Because on the one I know, if you go to the bit where you give people roles and then yourself to a member and back to op, but then give operate with cheats, it turns on cheats. I see. I'll try and work it out. And then MC Gamer, hi, I don't think I've seen you here before, saying I totally understand all of this. Yep, totally. 100%. I'm just going to take a drink because that was a lot of talking. Hello, 9INEs. No idea how to say your name, but hello, welcome in. How are you doing? Currently working on a hardcore add-on for Minecraft Bedrock, but we'll flick around and do some other projects as well. I have a list of ideas here. Anyway, this is just the most popular one people chose, so I thought, why not? Okay. I just need a breather from all that talking, honestly. So next up, so tags are basically a way of like tagging a player. They don't actually do anything unless you make them do something. But it's basically just a way to identify players. So in this case, we're just giving the player that this is being ran on with a dead tag, and then we can use that dead tag for something later. Oh, cool, we got a new subscriber. ST Plays just joined the Alien Empire by subscribing to the channel. Thank you. Welcome on in to the Alien Empire. I need to fix that because for some reason its volume was incredibly low. I have no idea why. I have no idea. I have no idea how we go about. Maybe that's how. That's weird. You know what? I had all the audio stuff set up for it the other day, but oh well. Anyway, thank you for subscribing. I just realized I'm not subscribed to Alien on my alt. Banned. I'm gonna do that now. Thank you. YouTube's new emojis are weird. Yeah. You should try and make a mod where you can use spectator mode without cheats. Unfortunately, that's not possible with Bedrock add-ons. Otherwise, I guess I would maybe. I don't know. That feels a bit cheaty, to be honest, but I suppose it's kind of in the name. Anyway, so we're tagging the player with the dead tag. This is just so we can identify it. Think of like, I don't know, sticking like a sticking like a post-it note on a player to basically say that they're dead. Like, tags don't actually do anything in themselves. You just use them for identifying other players. I'm subbed to Alien even from my parents' phone. Thank you, thank you. Very nice of you. So yeah, tags in themselves don't do anything. They're just used for identifying players. We then have this function command, which for some reason is also red, but it is over here. So don't know why that's happening. Now, function commands basically let you run lots of other commands. So we have this function. We have this folder called functions where you keep function commands. And then inside that, we have another folder called alien. This is because I like to just put all of my functions in an alien folder so that it's easier to reference them from other add-ons, because I know I'm referencing mine and not somebody else's, basically. Now, as I mentioned, function commands can be used to run lots of other commands. So we could have like another one that says say hi or say player died. Like, you know, we could run tons of commands in one function command that you have to run once in game, and it would run all these commands. So they're really useful. However, in this, we just want to run the game mode spectator at all players, but only if they have the dead tag. So that's why we're tagging players with dead. Then we have this tick.json, which runs the function command alien/dead every single tick. So this makes sure that every single tick, all the players with the dead tag will be in spectator. This will stop the players from going into survival or creative or anything like that. Technically, I suppose what we could do is stop players from going to creative as well if we had an alive tag. That could be something that we do. We'll work on that a little bit later, I think. I suppose we could tag every player. Oh, here's an idea. All right, so now we're going to add in something to stop players. Wouldn't it lag if it runs so many times? If you had a very, very big function, then yes. But the amount of function commands that are ran in vanilla Bedrock, like behind the scenes, not in add-ons, in the actual C++ code, is so many that adding one more basically doesn't affect it. Like, you'd have to add a lot of functions for this to lag. Adding one small one like this, like I'm talking hundreds of commands would have to be ran for it to properly lag. Even on a low-end device probably, because there are just so many. If you think about Minecraft in general, there are so many commands that are having to be ran, because you're having to run like, you know, mob AI commands and the spawning algorithm. Like, there's so much stuff that has to be ran. Not really commands, but like functions in the code, that running something constantly like this really doesn't make a difference. And that's what ticks are for. So this will run every tick. There are 20 seconds in a tick. Anyway, are you still planning to Minecraft stream after? Maybe. Depends how long this one lasts, basically. I'm having a lot of fun right now, honestly. Anyway, so my idea for actually stopping players from going into creative mode. I don't like this song. It sounds like a wedding song. My idea for stopping players from going into creative mode is to have another tag. So tag at S any player that does not have the dead command add alive. So now what we have is every single tick, game mode spectator to all players with the dead tag will be ran. So this will make every single player that has the dead tag be in spectator. Then every player that doesn't have the dead tag will have a tag called alive. Then what we can do is we can make it game mode survival at a tag equals alive. This will make sure all the players that are tagged, this will make sure all the players tagged alive will be in survival. So that's like sort of one of the ways that we can stop people from cheating with this add-on. Now we're going to need to remove this tag if the player has the dead tag. So what we can do for that is we can run another function command to say tag at all players that have the tag dead, and we can say remove the alive tag. So now any player with the dead tag won't have the alive tag. If this makes any sense, if I could draw it out, I could, but I can't. Partly because I'm terrible at drawing, and partly because I just can't, because no camera. Well, I do have a camera, but we're not doing hand reveal. Anyway, this is off topic. This makes so much sense. I can't tell if you're being sarcastic, but hopefully it does make some sort of sense. So now we need this to run. Now we can see here that this is saying things are inaccurate or wrong. I'm assuming this extension for Visual Studio Code hasn't been updated to include the new spectator stuff. I'm going to assume that's what that means. So anyway, if we now load up the game, we should see, and let's just disable the UI pack for a second to make sure that it doesn't interfere with anything. If we go ahead and create a new world now, I'm going to call it in creative, and we're going to just name it hardcore. We should now have the behavior pack under here, hardcore mode. There's two. Oh, you know what? I started working on this ages ago. Yeah, I did start working on another ages ago. Which one is the right one? Oh dear. Hang on. That's a bit awkward. Let's see. Development behavior packs. This one's the right one. This one's the wrong one. MCB hardcore add-on. Right, let's just reload that then. Alien, you should watch Toad's premiere. I do plan on doing that. I don't know when it's premiering though. Is it now? I mean, I haven't been pinged for it in his server, so I don't think so. But yeah, I do plan on doing like a React thing to it. It will be at 5. Okay, that's soon. Yeah, so we'll... Yeah, I have his premiere open, so we'll do that ready. Oh, somebody else subbed. Sorry, I can't hear the alerts very loud, and I don't think you guys can either. No, I missed it. Uh-oh. I didn't see who that was. Somebody might have to help me out here if anybody saw it. Ah. Actually, can I check on streamer.bot? Oh, dear me. Mission history. Evidently, the automated thing in chat that should say when somebody subscribes doesn't work. We can't hear the alerts. Yeah, I can't either. I don't know why. I didn't see who it was. Let me open Stream Elements. Well, thank you. Oh, wait. Oh, I know how I can check. It says on the overlay, doesn't it? Thank you, Codytopia, for subscribing. Well, that took a while. Is that your MC? Anyway, thank you for subscribing. Greatly appreciated, and welcome to the Alien Empire. Right, so let's try this again now. Hardcore test. Now, spectator mode is out of experimental, so this isn't going to need any experimental features at all. All we need to do is now add the add-on, which is this. This doesn't need cheats or anything like that. So really, we're going to turn off multiplayer so people don't join. Sorry. So maybe me. Yeah. Sure. Well, thanks anyway. Now we can already see one error, which is normal. Not everybody gets something right first time. I wasn't expecting it to have commands output. I'm going to be honest. But, I mean, this means stuff is working. So I'm assuming if we do, like, tag TheAlienDoctor list. Oh dear. Well, we can just about see that I have the tag alive. So we can see that at least part of this is working. If we now go and do game mode C, I'm assuming, yeah, it does update me to survival. So this is working, kind of, ish. Try/give, says Blitzable. What do you mean? The chat seems totally normal. We haven't set /give yet. I mean, cheats are off. Never mind, cheats are on. But we haven't actually set /give. So that won't make a difference. Because we haven't set it to stop doing that. Also, I'm not sure how we could... Maybe we could try turning off cheats. I can't remember if there's a command for that. Basically, anything with commands we can do. But we can't stop commands from being run. The chat on the overlay is broken. Oh, it probably just needs a second to update. Unless it's like, what's wrong with it? Let me see here. It's normal to me. It was super far behind. Yeah, it'll do that. Especially if it's on the be right back screen. It will probably update in a second. I'm just curious because you mentioned it now. You've distracted me. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. See, now it's caught up. Has it? Wow, it's not even caught up now. Whatever. You know what? That doesn't have sound either. Oh, so weird. 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 One to only mute output. Where's it output? 2. I'll have to fix that later. Will the command block output setting help? Yeah, it will. I know how to fix it, don't worry. When overlays don't want to work. Yeah. It's because I messed with tons of stuff yesterday, and if you saw my Twitter feed, you will know what I messed with, and more importantly, why. Anyway. So. We saw an error in the content log. So if I press Control H, I have content log on, which means we can see the errors. So this is from earlier, but this bottom one down here is actually telling us a legitimate error. So if I temporarily hide the overlay, hopefully nobody subs because I won't be able to see it during this time. Also, it just occurred to me. Let me start something else. I had to start this or end at the start of the stream because it broke. There we go. As I was saying, so we have a content log error here. This is saying in the animation, error hardcore test, blah, 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 blah. So the error is in the animation controller hardcore.ac.json. There is an error on line 17, column 7. There's some sort of missing thing or array in declaration. So let's see. Line 17 is here. Aha. So the error is that we missed a comma, which is a very, very common issue in Bedrock add-ons, basically. It's a very easy mistake to make because there are lots of commas. So now if we leave and rejoin, we should actually have the animation controller properly work now. And is that why this had an error? Oh, there we go. That's still going to have an error though, isn't it? You know what? I can see this is lagging a bit though. Interesting. That's ironic. Considering what I said earlier about how this wouldn't lag. It's kind of lagging a bit. Let me open up control panel. Or not control panel, task manager. What am I doing? How much is Minecraft using right now? See, Minecraft isn't using a ton, to be fair. Maybe it was just upon loading the world it was laggy because modern Bedrock edition is kind of a little bit broken in the latest update when you load worlds and stuff. So I'm guessing that's just what that was from. So I just need to fix my settings. 1 second. Turn off screen animations and turn that up a bit. Once I have this weird glitch with DaVinci that I've never seen before. Well, this is not editing stream, so I cannot help you there. So what I'm hoping is now if I try dying, it does feel a little bit more choppy than normal, actually. So maybe we'll have to change the function command or something. But let's just die. I guess we can... Let's die... Yeah, let's die naturally. And whilst I'm waiting to die, game rule, it should be command feedback. Send command feedback false. So that should stop that from happening. Or maybe it is command blocks. We'll find out in a second, won't we? Yeah, there we go. Fix it. So we'll just have to make that setting automatically apply by default. And there we go. We're now in spectator mode. So you can see there that the add-on worked, basically. We're in spectator. We're dead. If I undo the command I just did, that's obviously going to now be continually setting my game to spectator. If I try going back to game mode S, for a second I was in survival, but then it put me back in creative. So this has got like a no cheat type of thing. And then the other thing that we're going to want to do is, we're going to test is tag list, tag TheAlienDoctor list. And then we're going to real quickly want to turn that off. Ah, no, false. Okay, hang on, let's do that again. There we go. So there we go. We have the tag dead now. So we have the tag. We're in spectator mode. So we effectively have this hardcore add-on completely working. Why isn't the overlay there? Because I turned it off for a second. I'll turn it back on now. There we go. Thanks for reminding me. So yeah, we have that working now. That's excellent. So now what we need to do is work on some other stuff. In terms of this add-on specifically. So obviously we need to do the hardcore hearts, but we will do hardcore hearts last because that's incredibly easy, honestly. Now my question is, are you guys still interested in this, or would you rather us play on Minecraft for a little bit? What do you guys want to do? Minecraft or add-on making still? Obviously, if you guys want to move on from the hardcore add-on, I can finish this off camera, I don't mind. We still have toggleable coords, which is a pack I want to make. Or I can fix the clear chat. Goldie says both. I don't know how I can do both, but there we go. I'm glad that you enjoy both, though. It makes me happy. Kingirius says either is fine for me. MC Gamer, 6 minutes until Toad's banger video. I've already seen like most of it, I'm pretty sure. Unless a lot of it's changed since he showed me the preview, so... But we will watch it and we will react live. Maybe we'll get Toad in here, and then as well, if he wants to VC during it. I don't know, though. And that might be awkward to him because we're reacting to his video, though. Let's not. Unless he has a strong desire to VC. Okay. So yeah, we have these options. Well, I guess these options. I'm not going to work anymore on the UI pack on stream because it's really not... the UI pack working on stream doesn't work very well because I can't really explain what's going on very easily because Bedrock UI is broken. I mean, I can barely explain the fixing clear chat, to be completely honest, but whatever. All right. Either is fine, really. Maybe Goldie could join. Nice try. Well, people seem to not mind, so maybe after Toad's premiere finishes, we will switch over to Minecraft then. I will restart stream for that, probably, purely because I like to number the Minecraft streams, so I think we will probably switch over for that. But yeah, that's something we can do. Unless you guys are against... Okay, for the first time this stream, OBS has crashed. So, I mean, we're already doing slightly better. Alien, I got to go, says Kingirius. All right, bye. Thanks for popping by. Yeah, as I was saying, maybe we could just work on these just for a little bit. And then, because odds are, we'll probably finish them. And then we'll go to Pinecraft. Because that's the thing, I don't currently have anything really lined up for Pinecraft. Because basically, after my next video, after the raid farm, I'll be doing one more project on the base, and then I'll probably be pretty much wrapped up for this season. I might do some more streams, but videos will probably be done, to be completely honest. So yeah, I don't really have any plans. So maybe not Pinecraft today, I'm afraid. Sorry. Is it starting? When's it starting? 3 minutes. 3 minutes. Guys, if possible, if you happen to notice that Toad's premiere has started, it would be great if you could let me know. Because I might miss it. We don't want to miss it. So yeah, maybe we won't do Pinecraft today unless we happen to have an excess amount of time, then we will. But I think for now, let's just stick with add-on stuff, because I personally have been really enjoying it. Alright, so hopefully, I mean, you guys seem to have been as well. And if you didn't, then you've missed your chance to tell me. No, I'm kidding. So what we really now need to do is create like an initial function that sort of runs like a setup. So for this, we'll have one called functions, and we'll call it, we'll put this in a folder called hardcore. No, we won't. Why would we do that? We'll keep it in the alien folder, and we'll call it setup.hardcore or .hc, which stands for hardcore. Actually, let's do hardcore-setup.mc function. Let's do that. There will be a timer, so the premiere starts. You have time. Okay, well, MC Game, you were in charge of telling me when the premiere starts. So if I miss it, it is all your fault, basically. That's all I'm saying. Just saying. Oh, yeah. Do you think it would be cheeky to ask Toad to redirect to my stream after the premiere? Just saying. Just saying. Just, you know, putting that out there. He could, you know, redirect to my stream and after the premiere. Just saying. Seeing as you can redirect after stream, just, you know, get some of those Toad views in. No, I don't think the Toad views would stick around for very long anyway. It's probably not their sort of thing. All right, so this is for the hardcore setup. So this function will only get run once or twice, sort of like when you create the world sort of thing. So we're going to want to do some game rules. First of all, command blocks enabled obviously needs to be false. That's kind of a pretty obvious one, because you don't want command blocks in creative mode. When you said .mc, I thought you said my name. YouTube emojis are weird as well. I know you said that earlier, but I've just noticed the one you sent as well. Some of them are strange. The other thing we're going to want to do is send command feedback as false, so that you aren't being spammed with all sorts of stuff. What other game rules are there that we could probably do with changing? Can you change the difficulty with a command? I can't actually remember. Difficulty, obviously that needs to be on hard. I think that's pretty obvious. And we're actually going to separate these with some spaces or some lines, just so that we have a rough idea of what's going on. Do daylight cycle obviously needs to be true. Fire tick, I think that's give or take, really. Drowning damage needs to be true. Really, everything just needs to be its defaults, really. Mob spawning obviously needs to be true. Full damage, true. If you guys see anything that I miss, let me know. Fire damage, true. Yeah, if you guys see like a game rule that you think I should add and I miss it, then, you know, just saying, let me know. Or if there's another command that should be ran. Freeze damage, whether or not freezing does do damage to the players. That needs to be true. Premiere started. All right, we will take a pause on this. unmute that thing, turn up the volume. That's like insanely loud. Holy moly. Let me know if volumes are good. Thank you all. I'll pause my music because we have the YouTube Premiere music now. Kind of want to have chat open at the same time. Like Toad's chat. Maybe if I just do it like this. There we go. You can see Toad's chat and you can see the Premiere itself. Hopefully this is a good view. I have some notifications. Cool. Hello. It is I, the Alien Doctor. Live on YouTube. Alright, let's see. Well, we are now doing a React stream, apparently. This is a live React stream to Toad's latest video. He's spamming ban him. I am not I'll ban you. I guess the other thing I can do is stats. There you go. Alright. How long have you been playing MCBE? So somebody whose name I cannot read because it's in a different language. I have been playing Bedrock for 6 years now, I think. 5 or 6 years. Alright, let's see. I'm so excited. I've seen hints about this. Let me know if volumes are good or bad.
This is Ghost Invasion, but in case you've never heard of it, I'll explain it for you in 10 seconds. In Ghost Invasion, you're either a ghost or a human. As a ghost, your goal is to explode all the humans to win. If you die as a human, you turn to a ghost. The way you win as a human is by killing 100 ghosts or surviving 5 minutes. My goal is to reach the highest level in the game and unlock the title, The Spoopy Legend.
Look at these.
I mean,
Look
who
at the
wouldn't
tabs.
want to be called that?
I have seen this.
Literally, no one wants to be called that.
Oh, will you just be quiet?
We have MZ Gamer
The challenge was going great.
cameo.
We were already level 4 and rising quickly. Only 16. What the heck is that?
Camouflage.
I've seen that. I have seen
After
this
being
bit.
mildly traumatized,
I've seen a lot of it.
I got levels 5.
I helped him a
6,
little bit with the
and
green
7.
screen for that.
Wanna play Ghost Invasion?
Yeah.
Look, I'm in the corner.
Well, sock, you mixed me your shots.
Oh my gosh, I popped off that game.
Okay, watch your left. Watch your left.
Why was I on? You were there.
Behind.
Oh,
I was just watching that.
oh my gosh.
Just realized I haven't liked it.
Oh my gosh. I've gotten 8 human kills. Ooh, your favorite skins in the game, Jack Manifold.
Ew. But like most good things, my time with Law eventually came to an end. He had to leave. But nonetheless, it was
I'm
crazy how
still in
much
the corner.
progress we made. We went from level 7 to level 13. The grind continued for about 2 more levels. But I was honestly getting
I like
so
this
tired
music.
of Ghost Invasion. I knew there had to be some way to speed this up. And then I remembered. XP boosters! XP boosters are these amazing things sold by the Questmaster. They boost all the XP you get by 50%. And they helped me make quick work of levels 16, 17, 18, 19, and 102 XP to go. And of course,
Wow,
I
he's doing
spawn
pretty
as
well.
the ghost. Boom.
Hey,
Let's
he did it.
go! Finally! Oh my
I did it. Comment
gosh.
Pog if you see this. Yep, that's all.
Subscribe.
Wait, what was that?
Need to go. And
I need
of
to get that
course,
on my
I spawn as
soundboard.
the ghost.
Just that ending. Subscribe.
Let's go! Finally!
I need this on my
Oh my
soundboard.
gosh.
Here it comes.
Subscribe.
Is that him saying it? I actually can't tell.
The ghost. Boom. Let's go! Finally! Oh my gosh.
Subscribe.
Is that Toad? I actually can't tell. Is it Toad? I can't tell. Well, that was good video. Hey, let's go alien upload. Yep, alien upload. Toad, not alien. It's just because I'm watching Alien stream. There's an edit button, but that's funny. Keep it like that. I've got to reply. Lol. Technically, I was in this video because oh, wait, maybe that's a different video. Okay, whilst we're on Toad's channel, there's another video that I have to show you that was just way too funny. And it's this one.
And then I met her. Her name was Lovely Bagel. And not only was she my teammate, she was my friend. I tried to
so
send her a
emotional,
friend invite
so
we
funny.
could stay together, knowing that otherwise, eventually we wouldn't be in the same game. But then, the thing I dreaded most happened.
Oh, it's so
Sub.
sad.
And like, internal notifications, ah! And then,
I feel like I need that
I
as a
met
sample as
her.
well. Alien Nook, the comments, Lovely Bagel is there. Yeah, I know. Toad messaged me whilst I was in college. I read the message on my watch and it was hilarious. I actually had to like try so hard to stop laughing. Or not laugh, sorry, in the middle of college. It was very funny. Let's just pretend I wasn't Toad's Minecraft girlfriend in this clip and that it was Alien. I'm pretty sure I was a little bit. I'm pretty sure it was me for a little bit as well. He definitely asked me to pretend to be Lovely Bagel for a little bit. Only dating until you find out he's a 35-year-old man. Lovely Bagel has a great skin. Okay. And then, yep, this is it. How? How? I can't. Is this the real person? I need to know. Toad said their channel was really old. Or reasonably old. Yeah, so it's not a new channel. So, like... that's just so funny, though. Yeah, anyway. we have done our Toad reaction, you know. We can officially now use Toad as clickbait for this stream because he was included in the video. Anyway. That was a good video, Toad, if you're watching. I don't think he was, but if you are, good video, good video. Oh, there's drowning damage here. Have we done that? Drowning damage. No, we have. We're on the F section. Freeze damage. Function command limit. No idea what that is. Keep inventory. That actually technically doesn't matter. Oh, okay. Actually, here's an interesting one, right? We could have keep inventory on, and then any players that are playing in anybody doing this in multiplayer then wouldn't be able to get other players' inventory when they die. Would that be good? I feel like that wouldn't be good. Never mind. Hey, and Vortex, welcome in, saying lol. Max command chain nav, that doesn't matter. Mob griefing, obviously that needs to be true. Also, let me know if I make like a stupid mistake when I'm doing these, because I probably will. It's just how we roll. Natural regeneration. That needs to be true. Technically, you could set that as false for it to be even harder, especially if you wanted to do like a UHC. But this isn't a UHC pack, so that doesn't matter. PvP. PvP, I'm going to let people choose PvP because I think that would be up to opinion. Some people might not want to play hardcore with their friends and have PvP on. So I will not force that upon people. Random tick speed, obviously that needs to be at 1. Which is the default. On Java, the default is 3, but on Bedrock, the default is 1. So we will keep it at that. Respawn blocks explode. Is that beds? Okay, there's question marks here, so I'm just going to leave that one. Because I don't want to set anything that's going to end up being weird. Show coordinates is optional. Show death messages. Let's set that as true, because I think it would be nice. It would be nice. A little bit nice. Show tags. Spawn radius. What even is spawn radius? No idea. And then the other thing we need is obviously TNT explodes, which needs to be set for true for this to be true hardcore. So there we go. We now have all of that. So we have the game rules. We have the commands related stuff. Technically, that one actually could be included in this bit. Make you spawn in a certain area around spawn. Oh, I see. That makes sense. Well, yeah, we don't need to modify that for this. And then obviously we have the difficulty set to hard. What else do we need? I'm not sure. What else can we do with commands, honestly? Because that's the thing. I don't think we can really deactivate cheats using commands. I Is there a command for deactivating cheats? I'm not 100% sure. Suppose we could Google it, unless somebody else knows. Minecraft Bedrock deactivate cheats using commands. But I'm sure there isn't one. Yeah, you have to use MBT editors and that sort of thing. Alright, yeah, so that's not exactly what we're looking for. We can close that now. I thought we can close all that. We'll just send it to my website so that I can have a copy of Chrome open if I need it. Alright, so we have that. Now we need to get this function to be ran. So I suppose realistically we should just run it in the dead function. In fact, honestly, you know what? For compatibility with my other packs, actually it does make sense to have these separated. So we're going to have another one, and it's going to be alien/hardcore setup. I was just thinking, technically, if these are both in the tick.json, we could combine them, but it makes sense to not combine them. So yeah, basically. For compatibility with some other stuff. Or does it? Yes, it does, because I just remembered how that works. Okay. And I won't try explaining what I'm thinking right now, because it would require you to know how my other add-on works. Well, other add-ons. Right, hardcore test 2. And obviously it needs to be in survival. And that's it. Just add the add-on, and it should do all the various different game settings. And technically, it will stop you from changing game settings as well. So there we go. Not got any lag as well, which is always good. If we try doing like game mode C, I was in game mode for like game mode C for a very, very short amount of time. And then it set me back in survival. So we have no cheats. /give technically still will work if you're an operator. And there's not really much I can do to change that as far as I'm aware. But if anybody has any ideas of commands or something like that that I could run to stop that from happening, then let me know. All right, so we've got that. That's good. Obviously, if we open up the settings, let's say we try, well, there we go. It's defaulted to hard difficulty. I didn't set that. And yeah, we try and set it to peaceful. It goes back to hard. So that's good. Show coordinates is the only one we change. Friendly fire we can change, but that should default back. We may have to reload the menu. Yeah, that defaults back to on. Excellent. So yeah, that's definitely working. So we have the system to stop people from doing some cheats, like going into creative. /give still works. So I don't know how we can stop that one. That's my only thing, because I don't know how we can change player permissions. Is there like always day, camera shake clear, clone, connect, deop? Technically we could deop everyone. What happens if we do deop self? Wait, has that just worked? Oh my gosh. The thing is, technically you could... Oh, okay, you know what? All right, so what we can do is we can have the command /deop at A constantly running, which would basically deoperate, remove operator from anyone. Now, obviously, the owner still has the option to set your permission level to operator, but then because the command would run to deop, it would just set it back to member again, if you see what I mean. So technically, adding in /deop at A into here, deop at A, technically that will work now and stop people from being able to opt themselves. So let's try that again. And our full screen. So if I set myself to operator and then exit back out. Did I not save or something? Oh, I saved. I thought I had it. That's annoying. Did deop commands not work or something? Deop. at A. Oh man. So can we not deop a player then? In function commands. Okay, we might not be able to deop players in function commands, which will be a huge issue. I don't know if that's a bug or something. I suppose we could always do a real quick Google search. Minecraft Bedrock bug cannot deop using function commands. That's not related. Yeah, it doesn't seem like there's any bugs here. I would search the bug tracker, but honestly, searching the bug tracker doesn't really work very well. Whoa, that is definitely not the right thing. Wait, why is it so stretched? It looks weird. That's weird. Anyway. Let me fix that. There we go. That's so weird. Yeah. Oh, how can we deop people then? So we can't use function commands. Do you reckon it would work if we ran it as an animation? I wonder if there's a query for op. I actually have that bookmarked. Entity queries and experimental queries. Is there one for op? So let's say change... like query is opt or is some, I don't know, something like that. Oh man, unless it's admin, I don't know. I can't think of what else it would be called. And we'll try in here, but normally these ones aren't useful for the sort of stuff I make. Yeah, okay, not in there either. And I'm assuming admin, I don't know what else you call it, cheats. Nah, okay. That's a shame. So we can't detect if the player is in op. Oh, I shouldn't have closed that, should I? We've just made the same mistake as earlier. Technically, I should just be able to fix it if I do that, though. But didn't fix it, guys. There we go. That fixed it. Well, let's just double check that the killing part of this still works. Oh, I'm not opt. Okay, I don't know how long we were gone for, but the OBS bug did happen again. Where it crashed. Hopefully I was not gone for long. Technically, we can just delete a ton of this stuff. Like, we don't need the no end on nether. Okay. It's such a shame that you can't deop, though. That's really annoying. Is there a chance that we can deop in here? Right, let's say we could add in, right, an animation. Animations to basically say like alien underscore deop.a And then we're going to need to actually add that animation. The easiest template I have for that is in my one place sleep. So what we do now is we do deop, and we would run the command deop at self, which would deop itself. And because this is being run on the player, that's just how that works. Alien underscore deop dot a animation dot alien dot deop. Apparently there's an error here. It's because of that. That's probably saying it can't be found. Whatever reason. It is being used. It's being used here. Oh, I forgot to add a comma. All right, so now what we have is an animation which will be constantly ran when the player is both in the alive and the dead state. So basically that's another command that is being constantly ran, which isn't ideal, but it is what it is. And I will need to relaunch the game, which is obviously what I'm doing now. All right, so now let's see if this deop works. And actually, as a debug thing, in the animation, I'm just going to add another thing that says /say this animation is... Because that's the other thing. In Bedrock Edition animations that are behavior pack side, they're used for running commands, which is sort of weird. Anyway, animation length 1. Oops, that was an accidental tab whilst I was trying to alt tab back to the game. We do this now. We can enable hardcore add-on. Hardcore test 3. We are in. We are not deopt. But the animation also isn't running. No, it is running, but it ran once. That's weird. Oh, I suppose... Wait, no, actually, that doesn't make sense why it isn't... Oh, I know why. We have command output set to false. Okay, new idea then. We're going to need to comment out something. I can't remember how you comment in MC functions. Okay, well, we'll just have to remove it temporarily. Let's just disable send command feedback real quickly, so that we can see what's happening when the deop command attempts to be ran. Because it might be giving us an error when it's saying the deop, possibly. It's worth a try. It's unlikely. Oh. That's just updating my game mode. That's not deopping, is it? Technically, there should also be the /say in there. I'm just thinking about what other options we have. Because really, we are sort of running out of ways that we can run commands. Like, evidently, on a behavior pack level, you can't actually de-op players, it may seem. Could technically ask in a Discord. There's a couple of Discords I'm in that might happen to know the answer. Minecraft Bedrock add-ons de-op player. There might be an add-on, right, that already exists that disables operator, possibly, but I doubt it. Yeah, I can't see it. All right. Okay, that's fine. That is fine. What we're gonna do then, because why not, is we will ask in the Bedrock add-ons Discord, which is right here. So this is the Bedrock add-ons Discord. Let me make it considerably bigger for you. There we go. That should be a decent size. Alright, so this is the Bedrock add-ons Discord, as I just mentioned a couple of times. And in here, they have lots of different channels. So what I'm thinking is that we go into the... Where would we go? Where would we go? Commands? I have no idea, really. I suppose what I'll do is I'll ask in this channel and we'll just have to see what happens. So, hey. In fact, you know what? Let's ask in questions because I don't think it's specifically commands. Discord did not just crash. Okay. Question. Stopping players from entering up with an add-on. Hey, I'm looking to create, as part of an add-on I'm working on, I am looking to stop players from being able to enter operator mode. To disable things such as /give. Oh, there are tags. Don't know how you tag. Oh. Oh, there are the tags. Literally right there. I have no idea what this would be for. Unless there's a behavior packs. Not scripting. Entities, blocks, items, world generation. Surely it's just in other then. I can't see a clear tab other than other. I was also pinged on my server. We'll check that in a second. Being able to enter operator mode to disable things such as /give. I have tried running the command /diop at A in a function, which is then inside the tick.json, but it seems the diop command cannot be ran in functions or animations that constantly run. Can't even see the spelling. It's weird. Sorry, it's gonna go stretch res for you guys for a second. That's not helped at all, has it? Oh man. Constantly run. But almost constantly. There we go. Okay. All right. So, or even animations that be constantly ran. Any help would be appreciated. Thanks. This is definitely in the right Discord. So we're going to go ahead and post this. And there we go. We'll have to wait for somebody to reply. Now I'm just go ahead and check my ping because I can. Okay, right. So we have all we have all that. Evidently, Diop doesn't work, so it might just not work for world owners. But I'd have to get like AlienBot in to test that. So we're going to assume it just doesn't work at all. Basically, I think that's the easiest thing to do in this situation. So we can remove it, and whilst we're here, we can also go ahead and add back in this bit. So there we go. And I would argue that for the most part, this add-on is now working now. So we're just gonna commit this to the GitHub repository, initial commit. There we go. And we can not sync changes yet because I have to do some other stuff to the repository. But I would argue that pretty much this add-on is done, other than the deopping bit, which we'll get some answers for later. Probably not during the stream, though. So yeah, I think that's probably going to be it for today's stream. I'm not going to do Pinecraft because, to be completely honest, that has tired me out. So I think we'll just end. I don't think there's anybody around for me to redirect to. There's not a ton of people here, and I don't really like redirecting when there's not people here. So I think we'll just go ahead and end the stream now. So a huge thank you for watching. Of course, if you like more content like this, then don't forget to subscribe today to join the Alien Empire. And support the Patreon, I guess, if you want to help me make these streams and videos and that sort of thing. Bye!